Welcome to Speak, Think, Serve, the blueprint for growth without burnout. Sharpen your words, strengthen your mind, and serve with intention.
New boots hit the barracks, fresh from training, wide-eyed, scanning the room. They all notice him. He's not barking orders, he's not showing off. Quiet, steady, dialed in. Guys give him space, not out of fear, but out of respect. At some point, the platoon sergeant pulls the new recruits aside and nods toward him. You want to know how to lead around here? Watch that guy right there. He didn't chase stripes, he served his team, and now the team backs him. Turns out, back when he was new, he was told the same thing. Carry your weight, and then some. Fix what's loose, fill what's low, no one's above service. So he did, quietly, daily, even when others cut corners. Now, when decisions are made, when pressure's high, when it matters, they look to him, not because of his title, because of his habits. He earned every ounce of trust, not by talking big, but by showing up for others. That's real leadership, and it always starts with service.
Wow, what a great story. It's like the people who do the work nobody notices, those are the ones you end up relying on when things get real. And it's not just a feel-good thing. Zig Ziglar said, "You can have everything in life you want if you just help other people get what they want." I used to think that was just motivational poster stuff, but there's real science behind it. Cialdini's research on reciprocity, people are wired to give back when you help them. It's like baked into us from way back. Evolutionary theory even says early leaders earned their spot by serving the group, not by bossing people around.
Exactly, and it's not just about direct payback either. There's this thing called indirect reciprocity. Helping someone, even if they're not the one who will help you back, still boosts your reputation. People see it, and suddenly you're the person they want on their team. I mean, pro-social behavior literally makes us feel good too. There's research showing that doing good for others actually boosts your own well-being. It's like the more you serve, the more trust you build, and the better you feel. It's a win-win-win.
Yeah, and I've seen that play out. Back in my consulting days, I had this stretch where everyone was just fried, like Burnout City. I started quietly picking up slack for people, not trying to get credit, just making sure stuff got done. And I'm not kidding, a few months later, I was getting tapped for project leads. Not because I was the fastest or the smartest, but because people trusted me to have their back.
It's so true. Service is the language people remember, even when you're not speaking.
So let's get into the numbers, because I know some folks listening are like, okay, but does this actually work in business? The answer is, yeah, it does. Leaders who practice reciprocity, meaning they help first, are 47% more likely to have engaged, satisfied teams. That's not a small bump. And get this. 84% of employees say empathy is essential for real leadership. Not technical skills, not charisma, empathy. That's huge.
And it's not just in one industry either. I've seen it everywhere. Servers who quietly refill a coworker's table, they're the ones who get promoted to shift lead. IT techs who step up for the boring, non-glamorous tasks, suddenly they're the informal tech lead on the next project. Even in accounting, helping a peer reconcile a mountain of paperwork before a deadline, that's the person who gets a shout out in the team meeting. It's like the business world actually rewards genuine help, even if it's not always immediate.
Yeah, and if you look at the books people keep quoting, The Go-Giver, Leaders Eat Last, Servant Leadership, they all say the same thing. Service is the real currency of influence. I mean, Cialdini's influence is basically a masterclass in why reciprocity works. And Kozas and Posner in the Leadership Challenge talk about encourage the heart and enable others to act. It's all about lifting people up, not just managing them.
And CEOs, they're not just looking for technical know-how. They want people who can build consensus, adapt, and actually care about the team. I read a piece recently. Susie Welch said CEOs value execution reliability, but also the folks who support teammates behind the scenes. It's the unseen hustle that stands out. And honestly, character traits like empathy and self-awareness matter more than raw skill. That's what builds trust across roles.
Yeah, and it's not just theory. I've seen college coaches, pro coaches, business leaders, they all want adaptive collaborators. The people who cover gaps, lift others, and don't need a spotlight. That's who gets remembered when it's time for promotions or new projects. It's like, if you want to rise, start by serving. It's that simple and that hard.
All right, let's talk real life. If you're listening and wondering, what can I actually do tomorrow? Start here. Proactively look for one way to serve someone else. Not reactively, intentionally. Before you dive into your own to-do list, ask, how can I help? Doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be seen. Make it a habit, not a hope.
And here's the magic. When you're intentional about serving, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. A bartender notices a regular's mood shift and offers a quiet check-in. A car salesperson shows a family how to stay within budget without being upsold. A secretary preps the conference room before anyone asks. A project manager steps in to debrief a new hire after a tough meeting. A Walmart stocker straightens a messy aisle so an elderly shopper won't trip. An architect notices the maintenance crew's workflow and redesigns a space to make it easier. A nurse takes 60 seconds to explain a diagnosis more clearly to calm a panicked family. A line cook quietly cleans the shared grill, because the next shift matters too. This is every role, every day.
Let me tell you from personal experience, this stuff sticks. Years ago, I helped a manager who was panicking before a big talk. I wasn't the expert. I just sat with her, reminded her to breathe, reminded her of her own words. That one quiet act built a bond that reshaped both of us. Sometimes the smallest help builds the deepest trust.
That's what separates the people who get handed opportunities from the ones who wait for them. Serve first, quietly, consistently, and when the moment comes, everyone already knows who they can count on.
As we close, don't forget what Zig Ziglar said. You can have everything in life you want if you just help other people get what they want. So pick one thing from today's episode. Proactively help someone. Reflect. Share your Serve First story in the community feed. That's where the ripple starts.
Go find your moment to serve today. Be intentional, be useful, be remembered.
Stay steady, stay kind. We'll see you in the next chapter.
You've been listening to Speak, Think, Serve, the blueprint for growth without burnout. Remember, ideas don't change things. Action does.